Hello everyone, once again welcome to my YouTube channel. It's Reviving Destinies. Here we revive destinies. So today I'm going to focus only on a specific problem, a South African problem, a South African issue. It's not a problem, it's just something which is mostly happening in South Africa. I'm going to talk about the Taxi Driver Association. So that one is a very important issue. So if you are not from South Africa, maybe you are not aware that the taxi driver, or we call it the public transport association. So the public transport is like the people, we are not speaking about the Uber, the drivers, the taxi drivers. The taxi drivers operate almost everywhere, in the cities, in the townships, in the suburbs, in rural areas, everywhere, in the farms. The taxi driver operate everywhere. They transport people, mainly poor people, or let me not use the word, the people who are in needy, people who cannot afford Ubers, or who don't have their private cars. They are being transported by taxis to their places. So each and every place, I don't know whether they work provincially or district or locally, based on the town. I don't know their rules, but I just know that they have some rules, laws on how they operate. And also we have long distance taxi drivers. For example, those ones who live from Johannesburg to Limpopo, Johannesburg to KwaZulu-Natal. So, and also we have the local ones, like for example those who live from inside the town, going to where people stay in the residential areas. So that's how the taxi driving operate. So today I'm going to analyze taxi drivers in general, the behaviors of taxi drivers. Most of people, they see taxi drivers as bad people, rude people, violent people. Is that true? And also they look at people, they see taxi drivers as people who causes problems. But now I just going to deliver a full truth from both sides. You know, the problem of our people is they are too good when they come to amplifying problems. But whenever there are goodness in things, they smallerize them, they belittle them. A person can do good things 90% of the time. Then whenever he's doing something bad 10% of the time, that 10% of the time will be spoken 90% of the time. So that's the problem with our people. I'm not denying the fact that there are some taxi drivers who are violent, who are rude, and also I'm aware that in the taxi association there are violence, where they kill each other, where there are lots of violence which happening, where they oppress the passengers and all those things. But at the same time, there is too much goodness in the Taxi Drivers Association. So that's what I'm just going to address in this video. You know, in our country, South Africa, we have two worlds. We have, if not three worlds. We have the world of middle class people. Then we have a world of poor people, people who are extremely poor. Then we have a world of extremely rich people. South Africa is the most unequal country, is one of the most unequal country in the world. So that's why when you go to cities like Cape Town, we have a world called the Camps Bay, Bishop God. Then we have another world called Khayelitsha, Nyanga, Langa. They are in the same town, but they are like in different worlds. Camps Bay, extremely rich, high income residential area, the highest income residential area, one of the highest income residential area in the country. Khayelitsha, a very horrible situation, Cape Flats and all those things. So that thing also work like this. The governmental services like the law enforcement and the police officers, when they are being called in Camps Bay, that one is the truth. They will go as soon as possible. But whenever they are called in townships, trust me, they can even take 5 hours. Sometimes they won't even come. So that's the truth of the matter. So, and where in townships, that's where lots of the crimes, lots of issues they are happening where they need the police, law enforcement, and all those things. Police will never go there. People who risk their life to confront those things, to clean all those things, are those people, the taxi drivers. I'm not defending anyone, I'm just trying to be honest. The taxi drivers are the ones who are confronting issues, who are fighting within their cause to stop the gangsterism which is happening in the townships. They are the ones who try the best which they can to stop things. There are some reports of people who are even said, they even posted it on Facebook, that people feel safe when they go to the taxi rank to be protected by taxi drivers more than a police station. That one, I also have a personal experience also. When I leave to home, when I go to Johannesburg, whenever I go to taxi rank, and whenever I sit there, trust me, if there is no a taxi to back home, I think I slept 3 times or 2 times with taxi drivers. Then in the morning I wake up and went home with them. They never stole anything from me. They never robbed me. They never They never did anything. They been with me. They treated me as their brother. While they don't even know me, they just know me because I am the passenger who was about to leave that place. Those things, they are not in the media. Those things, people don't talk about them. Those things people do not highlight because they are good things. So that's how it is. Like I said, I'm not saying I'm not trying to ignore the fact that there are no violence and all those things in the taxi association. But at the same time, there is too much goodness in them. Trust me, whenever there are issues, gangsterism, whenever people they feel attacked, whenever they go to taxi rank, that's where they will see the protection. That's where they will be highly protected. You know, another thing which raised that thing is most of taxi drivers, they protect the poor people. And poor people, they are 2/3 of the population of South Africa. So that's the reason why it seems like their goodness is not given credit, because they give goodness to poor people. Whereas our police, they take bribes. They only attend the inquiries of rich people, because rich people, they have a power to confront the government or to confront the people on high places and all those things. But when it comes to poor people, trust me, there is nothing they do on the way, on the road, when they have to monitor the cars. They take bribes from people. They are being paid to do lots of things. The governmental people, they do some shady things, trust me. Even not only the police, even the people people who are taking the decision, judges, they are being paid to take the biased decisions. So this is the reality which is happening in our country. Whenever you are poor, your voice is just crying in the wilderness, and no one will listen to you, no one will entertain you, and all those things. And it seems like it's very sad that the people who do stand there for the poor, indeed, they are not given any credit. They are not on the media. They are regarded as the most evil people, whereas lots of things which are happening. Our police are useless. That one, I don't even want to lie to anyone. Our police, they take bribes from people and they don't do their work. Our police, they take 4 hours to attend the poor people, to go into townships, and sometimes they don't even go. Our people, our police, sometimes they associate with the same gangsters. And our police, sometimes they associate with people on the high places who are committing crimes and all those things. So our police, if I can say, there is nothing much which they are doing, especially to people in the townships, people in the rural areas. So that's the reality of the matter. So let's just try our best to consider the goodness which is done by the taxi drivers, not ignoring the fact that yes, they are violent, yes, they are all those things, but they do the great job, and let's just acknowledge that thing. And the funny part about the taxi drivers is they understand people's struggle. Sometimes even if you can, if they can say taxi from your long distance taxi is 250, trust me, if you go with 220, they will understand you. There was a time where I was rushing to go and get a flight. Then I took a taxi. Trust me, the journey was from my hometown up until Johannesburg. It's supposed to take 5 hours. The guy risked his taxi. He ran very quick as possible and he arrived there in 4 hours, an hour before, so that I can take it. So that's the experience. Also, I have a personal experience from that. It's not only my personal experience. Even people, they do have such experiences where they have been saved by taxi drivers. So let's just try to give them credit without trying to just consider the fact of what is negative about them. So I just wanted, let me just cut it from there. Thank you very much. If you have watched this video, please don't forget to subscribe, click the notification button, like the video. Let me see you on the next video. Shalom.